Hold up. You see the title. It say part 2. If you ain't seen part 1, head down to the comments, click the link, okay? Go watch that first. Think of it as a 2-for-1 special. You're welcome. All right, let's get into part 2. I tell you, my fist went in that motherfucking door. And at that moment, I knew I had fucked up. Because now I'm fucking up these people's house. I'm just pacing back and forth in the restroom thinking like, damn, how that hole gonna get fixed? Like, what how do we get here? What made us come to this point? Like, this was so avoidable. Damn, like all this arguing, like we really hate each other. Like we do not like each other. So I'm pacing back and forth and I'm about to leave out the restroom. And I'm looking around because y'all know the stuff is, well, you don't know. The walls is white and then like there's like little white accents in the bathroom. So I'm just looking around, right? And I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? I see little red specks everywhere, just like everywhere, little red specks everywhere. So I'm like, bruh, this is blood mixed with spit all over the bathroom, like door and cabinets and shit from when I was yelling. This shit not okay. Like, we cannot continue to live together and be together if we finna be doing this type of shit. Like, mind you, my mouth was bleeding and he just act like the door did it. I didn't do it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Like, you know? So I'm like, whatever, okay. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to clean that. But the biggest thing that I was worried about when, after like the little bit of adrenaline I still had in me after that left, I'm like, this door gotta be fixed because Amanda dad, Mr. Booker, aka the property owner, he be coming in and he be doing like checks of the house to make sure everything is like up to par and we not fucking up his house. And here we are fucking up his house. So I'm like, damn, how are we going to fix this door? They didn't have like a regular door either. And I feel like filling a hole in the door is hard on itself. Anyway, so yeah, I go out and I want to go up in there just to check on my baby. But I did not want to be in his like company at all. So I'm in there. I'm in the kitchen. I mean, not the kitchen, the living room. Not the living room. The dining room. I'm in the dining room area and I'm just on my phone. I'm on Snapchat. And I'm making snaps, like talking shit. But a lot of them I took down because I posted one of the door and I said something like, this should have been that motherfucker's face. But I ended up taking it down because people was like, I don't know. I was like, no, this is getting too much attention because every other snap I post don't get no damn attention like this one. Because I kind of was that person. When I look back through my snaps, I was like, you sick in the head. Because a lot of the snaps that I posted, I blocked everybody off my story from seeing it except for Dre. So I could send a message directly to him without thinking that I'm sending it to him. Like, I kind of wanted him to think that I was talking shit to the world, but whole time only he could see it. So when I was saying certain little things, he was like, you worried about other niggas when you got a daughter and da-da-da, what kind of influence is that on her? You talking about you need a new nigga, blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Sir, I'm talking about it. You actually being about it. You actually talking to me. It's like, what are you talking about? So like I said, he didn't come out the room and I started hearing my baby cry. Obviously she hungry because she haven't slept for a long ass time. Mind you, we didn't even end up going to Houston. I guess he missed the plug. Whole time I think he was lying. Like, he used to just lie just to get down there and do shit. But yeah, he missed the plug. So my baby started crying and then that's the time he came out of the room and he made her a bottle, making it completely wrong. So I had to actually tell him, even though I didn't want to talk to him. He didn't say, he just made it and went back to the room. When he walking back to the room though, to give my baby the bottle, he was like, hey, you know you punched a hole in the fucking door and I ain't paying for that shit either. You gonna pay for that shit. I'm like, fuck you in that door. Then he closed the door. He kind of slammed the door behind him. Okay. Time is going by and I'm kind of getting nervous because I know Amanda and Jonah was coming back on this day. So, yeah, I mean, like that night. So yeah, I'm like, damn, they gonna see that door. I mean, they gonna see the hole in the door and I don't know what they gonna do. Like, they could kick us out because when they got cool with Dre, they would be telling us, but basically him, about the other roommates on the other properties and the stuff that they were doing. So I'm like, damn, this is grounds to get kicked out because like there's a hole in the door. So yeah, before they had got there, because I guess Amanda had texted Dre about getting some tree when she got home. So he was like, yeah, how far are you? And they told him. So that was on the way. And he came out the room and he was like, we need to figure out what we're going to tell Amanda and Jonah about this hole in the door. Like, I guess trying to make something up. And I'm like, just tell them the truth. Like, tell them what it is. Because I was tired. Like, I'm not trying to figure out a lie. Because there's no other explanation of why there's a hole in the door at all. Like, what, we was play fighting? we threw something and hit the door. Like, no, there's nothing. So I'm like, I'm not finna try to make up a lie. Just tell him the truth. He was like,
nah, I ain't gonna tell him the truth. I'm gonna just tell him I did it. I'm gonna just tell him I punched a hole in the door, man.
But the thing is, like, he was trying to act like he was doing something noble. But I'm like, if you let me stop. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, he was trying to act like he was doing something noble though. But I'm like, okay, like, I really don't care. If it come down to it, I'm gonna tell them the truth. If they ask me, I'm telling the truth. I don't know what lie he gonna tell, but I'm gonna tell them the truth. So I keep saying that, my bad. So yeah, they come home like hours and hours later. At this time, I'm back in the room, and Dre had even left and came back, and then they came back. So, they came back like late at night. So, yeah. And it's crazy because, like, there's no avoiding them seeing that hole in the door. Because when you walk in, all you have to do is look to the right and see our door down the hall. You're going to see that big ass hole in it. Because for one, they had a chalk door. Like, they painted over the door with chalk paint. So it was black. So when you see a big gaping hole that's not black, like, I don't know. The way that the punch was, it was weird. I'm gonna have to insert like a video because I still got that Snapchat video. But it's obvious. It's real obvious. And I even tried to put that little piece back in the door thinking I was doing something. Hell no. Y'all, and for real, the kicker is he had punched that same door before and nothing happened. So I really was doing what I seen him do when he got angry. Not blaming it on him or nothing. But I'm like, yeah. Last time he punched the door, let me punch this door. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going through my head for real. Like, I was just so tweaking. Now add that. And imagine my shock when my hand actually gets stuck in the door. Like, what? So, yeah, they came back in and, like, it was nothing. It was quiet for, like, 5 minutes. And mind you, Dre's in a room now. Because we had 2 beds in our room. So, he on one bed, I'm on the other bed, but we're not talking. And I had actually ended up moving one of the other beds to, like, against the wall so I wouldn't have to be near him. So, yeah, they ended up texting him something like, what's up with this big ass hole in the door? And I don't know what lie he told them. I never asked because I did not give a fuck. And we didn't talk for so long that when we started talking back, I forgot to ask, like, what did you tell Amanda about the door? But she ended up saying that you need to have like that hole fixed by this certain date because my dad is going to come look at the property and make sure everything is okay. And plus that, and they was renovating like the garage area of the property, and they was turning it into another room, like a nursery and all kinds of stuff for Amanda because she was pregnant, right? So that was added on to the house, and he was going to come do that construction, like come back for it. Hey, wait, hold on. Because another thing I want to say, before we actually moved into the house, they was already renovating the house, right? So they was changing the garage area into 2 extra rooms. Then his daughter Amanda actually just happened to get pregnant. So then they started changing it into a nursery, and they started being like, oh yeah, my grandma's going to move in. I don't know what they call her. Meemaw, Gigi, Geemaw. I don't know what the hell. They call her something crazy and I cannot think of it right now. But yeah, so they was giving us subtle hints the whole entire time. And I feel like they just never wanted us in that house. And to be honest, that's all they had to say. But at the same time, they wanted that money. They didn't want no roommates, but they wanted that extra money. Because I swear to God, the whole time it was tension, especially when a dad and a grandma came around. It was this underlying like racial tension. And at first I thought the dad was cool, but I later found out, no, that's another story, dog. So yeah, that was that. And honestly, did he fix the door? Or yeah, he did fix the door. He fixed the door, but not in time because the property owner, Amanda dad, what did I call him? Mr. Booker, he came earlier than he said he was going to come. And I feel like Amanda tipped his ass off and was like, yeah, dad, there's a hole in the door. So come check it out. Come see what the fuck is going on. You need to talk to him. So he came earlier, and then Dre had fixed the door, but he didn't buff it down, sand it down, and then put the chalk paint over it so you could still see the hole in the door. So he still asked about it. I don't know what Dre told him. I know that he said that he did it though. After that situation with the door, the 4th of July situation, we didn't talk for the longest. I mean, we wasn't even coexisting. We would literally just walk around and act like each other did not exist. Like we was ghosts. We couldn't even see each other. So we wouldn't even speak words to each other like regarding our daughter or anything. And that was for the longest of times. And I hated that until one day, I don't know what did it, but he would just kind of, after he felt like it's been long enough, he would think that he could talk to me again without like an apology or anything. And I kind of accepted it because I brushed it off like nothing happened either after a while. So we ended up having this long ass talk as usual. And we got cool again, and we ended up deciding like we're a family and we want this relationship, and these are the ups and downs that couples go through in a relationship. It's not. No, it's not. So yeah, that came and we were, I guess, back on track, which we shouldn't have been. But we at this point, we have been through a lot more toxic things than that. So this was not even nothing new for real. That's the crazy part. So fast forward, right? We was good, and compared to me going through his phone like every other day, I wasn't going through his phone like that. But it's crazy because he never changed his passcode on his phone. Either that, no, he would sometimes. I'm lying. I was just like eagle eye that shit. Like I could see everything when it came to him. Oh, I ain't missing a beat. At this point, Dre was on a trip, and he was in Vegas. And it was just something in my stomach because I know how he get when he go out of town, especially to like Vegas. Vegas and Atlanta, I worried about like the most. California too, but mostly Vegas and Atlanta. So something in like my gut was telling me like check his social media, log on to his Instagram because he talking to people. Like if I can't hack his phone, which I did, I still had his phone hacked. Does still have his phone hacked at this point? I did. So I would go onto the T-Mobile website and I would like see who he was talking to, like what numbers he was texting and stuff. So nothing. So I did that first, and I'm like, okay, try to get into his Instagram. He had changed his Instagram because I guess I was hacking it too much. I was logging in too much. So he had ended up changing it to a new password that I don't even know. So I'm like, all right, can't get into that one. Fuck, what I'm gonna do? The Snapchat. Try the Snapchat. You don't log into that one much. So see if it'll work. I typed in that password, Dre for life. That wasn't it, but it was something stupid like that. So I typed in that way. I wish I could tell y'all. I typed it in. I'm in that hole. And it's crazy because I waited to the right time because I knew at this point he was on a flight coming back. He was about to come back from Vegas. And I know that flight is like, what, 3 hours or something? So I'm like, yeah, he about to be on this flight at least for 3 hours because, you know, Snapchat log you out of your phone when somebody else log into it. So I'm like, all right, I got 3 hours. Let's get into it. Y'all, I'm on this boy's Snapchat and I'm seeing nothing but new snaps. Like, Ariel, Jasmine, what's her name? Y'all, I'm looking at this Disney princess thing. Belle, Pocahontas, Cinderella. Like, it was just a list. The list kept getting longer and longer. So I'm going and I'm like, what are they talking about? What can he be talking about with all these girls? Like, how is he entertaining 6, 7 at a time? So I'm going to each one.
Yeah, this is guy with dreads from the casino. Dude with dreads. Dreads in the hat. Dreads in the glasses. Dreads with white shirt. Dreads with the jeans.
Like, he texted all these girls, like 5 of them left him on scene. So I get to deleting threads. Like, nope. Sorry, Miss Bitch. Not today. This is mine. Like, that had me in a chokehold and I was not letting go. So I would block them, delete the threads, make sure like he could never have contact with them again. All of them. Mind you, nobody was responding, and then a few of them hadn't even looked at it yet, right? So I'm like, look at this fucking lame. What am I even worried about? But I'm gonna still block and delete these bitches. This is my man. It's my man. I get down. So yeah, I'm still going down, and it's a bunch of randoms. It was these other 2 random girls. I had already made a story time about them, and I could have sworn I blocked and deleted them off of his Snapchat, but I don't know. They found him again.
He found
I think
them.
It's called like the Vegas strippers or something. Girl, it's crazy because them 2 girls remind me of some people that I actually know. But like I was saying though, I'm scrolling down and I end up seeing Alyssa named Alyssa is a girl that has been a problem on and off throughout that relationship. She was a problem from the beginning. But I'm like, she live in Atlanta. I know they're not like messing with each other. I feel like the only time I would worry about her was when he went to Atlanta. So I got a story time involving her. I got a few story times involving her. He went to Atlanta to cheat, and something about she sent my dude a nude. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put them in the description. Both of them situations happened before this one, so keep that in mind. I hadn't even spoken to her before. So I go through their messages because I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? So the first thing I see when I go up in the thread is his meatballs. Why is your meatballs just hanging off the toilet? This man went in the bathroom because I feel like, I guess that's the only privacy he could get up in the house that we was living in, because I was always up in the room. So he was in the restroom, sitting on the toilet, still soft. And he took a picture and sent it to her. He just sent it all saggy. So I'm like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm about to have a breakdown. My heart started racing. It's beating fast. So I'm scrolling up. I'm like, you know what? Let me start from the top and see what they've been talking about. Not the tippity top, but at least like a few days back. However long this date back, at least a few weeks. So I'm going all the way up, and I'm like missing a whole bunch of shit. But I'm like, it's all gonna come together as I scroll down. Heart beating fast. I can't breathe. So I'm on this phone, I'm screenshotting everything. I start screenshotting. I'm like, let me hurry up and do this real fast, because I know that, I don't know, maybe she gonna start deleting some stuff. Maybe she'll block him, because Snapchat be snitching on you. So you know when people screenshotting. So I'm like, I'm just about to screenshot everything, and then I'm gonna read the screenshots. So I'm screenshotting, y'all. It was like 16 screenshots I took. I'm going back and reading them so I could take my time. This nigga is like talking to her like, yeah, you know, you been my babe since high school and da-da-da. Because mind you, they went to high school together. And she was like calling him baby daddy, which some shit that she always did. Call him baby daddy. And he would call her baby mama, and I hated that shit. I hated that shit. Like from the beginning of our relationship, I found that. And I'm like, you need to dead this. You need to stop it. Right? So yeah, they was just talking. He was like, yeah, I want to fly you out. Because I think she mentioned something about her birthday. And he was like, yeah, I want to fly you out to Vegas with me. We got to do Vegas together. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm like, she like, yeah, daddy, fly me out. Da, 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 da. And now, y'all, my eyes is swelling up. Tears is falling. I'm not even blinking. The tears is just streaming down my face, because I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Like, he not really doing me like this right now after I just had our baby. I'm getting down. I'm scrolling down more, and he was just saying stuff like, yeah, I'm gonna fly you out, right? And she was like, oh, you got money. She said something like that. And he was like, yeah, and I'm gonna fuck you in the MGM Grand in Vegas, like that nice ass hotel. Mind you, all I get is fucking, I'm ashamed to tell y'all what I get. Ashamed. I get extended stay. Well, not get, I got. All I got was extended stays. I even had the Red Roof Inn one time. Y'all know that's where the toots go. He trying to fuck me where the toots be. Y'all couldn't even sleep at the Red Roof Inn. I was so scared to lay my body on that mattress. Oh, then I heard gunshots. It was just too much. Yeah, but that's all I get. Like, I remember one time when we was about to go to Vegas, the ticket was literally $88. And I even sent the screenshot of the $88 ticket to the girl. He wouldn't even pay for my ticket that was $88. He wouldn't even pay for my ticket. So I'm like, oh, he about to fly this girl out. He about to get a room in the MGM Grand Hotel. He love her. Like, he really love her. He care about her. And I don't stand a chance. Like, that's everything that's running through my mind. Like, he hate me. He don't like me. But you see, like, he'll move mountains for a bitch that hasn't been there, haven't been through shit with him. But me, I get dust, crumbs, nothing. Right? So I'm like, damn, I don't stand a chance. Like, I don't even know what to do or say. But I'm like, nah, this is going too far right now. And yeah, after all of that, I'm scrolling down, and we back at the meat pic when he was like, yeah, I'm fucking with MGM Grand. And I don't know if she requested the pic. I kind of think he just sent the pic. She ain't asked for that shit. Oh yeah, and he told her to send him a picture back, and she ain't never seen the picture. Like, she left him on scene with the meat pic. And honestly, you should be embarrassed sending that soft shell taco around. Like, why are you sending that? I would be so embarrassed as a man. It looked terrible. It was bad. So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not trying to play on him or nothing. But I'm like, nah, this is going too far. And little did he know, I had taken like a select few people numbers out of his phone for days like this. And I'm like, I don't want to just call her. I do got her number, but I feel like I need to add her on Snapchat myself and ask her for her number. Even though I already got it, I don't want to just call and she be like, bitch, fuck you, ho, da 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 da, get off my phone, da da da. Because I'll be lurking on her Snapchat off of fake pages and stuff, and her Instagram. And excuse me, I kind of already seen how she get down when people call her, or like when it's an issue over a dude. So I'm like, I already know the temp. So I'm gonna try to do this the right way. So I went about it the same way that I went about confronting her, like how I did the whole next door, the girl, Dre neighbor. He was sleeping with his neighbor at one point. So I kind of did that the same way. So I ended up messaging her and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she not moving fast enough. Like, I know you on Snapchat because I just took 16 screenshots off Dre Snapchat. So come on. And I damn near didn't want to log out of his shit, but I had to. So she finally messaged back on some who this. Oh, do I know you? Oh, I don't know, blah, 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 trying to play on it. But I'm like, girl, you know, Dre, at one point, I'm just like, you know what? If you gonna do this, bitch, grab your nuts and take it all the way. Because I was trying to beat around the bush. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm like, should I actually say his name or what? Because I was just coming at her, you know my man, you're messing with my man type of thing. So I'm like, nah, just say his name. So she was like, oh, yeah, you can call me. You his girlfriend. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Like, he never mentioned a girlfriend. So I'm like, yeah, can I call you? What's your number? Whatever. After she gave me her number, it took me a while to actually call her because I'm like, how can I come at her with this? Like, girls don't usually like be on this type of time. They don't like hearing this type of shit, you know? And I felt like I had just done this too many times. Y'all, basically, I'm trying to get myself together before I call her because I just keep breaking down on and off, and I'm not trying to be on the phone with her crying, but my heart, like, I really, have y'all ever felt y'all heart hurt? Toll free. Have y'all ever felt y'all heart hurt? Like, that's a whole nother feeling. Like, I had to really get it together, right? So I ended up calling her. And when we got on the phone, she just started spilling tea. She was like, yeah, well, first of all, I never knew he had a girlfriend and da-da-da. So I'm like, yeah, I went to Atlanta and I met his best friend. Oh, I was about to say her name. I met his best friend, Maria, and da-da-da-da. And she was like, oh, that's crazy because I'm cool with Maria and she never mentioned you either and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, that op-ass bitch. It's crazy. Y'all already know. I already made a story time about Maria and how she never liked me from the get-go. Like, she want one of them. She either want Dre or she want the other friend. So yeah, and she act like that every time one of the two friends get a boyfriend because it's Maria, Dre, and the other friend. He don't need no name. But every time one of them get a girlfriend, she start tweaking out on a girlfriend. So I'm like, yeah, you want to fuck them. You want one of them. So, yeah, she was like, yeah, that been begging for the cat. Like, I don't know if you be going through his phone and da-da-da and seeing the messages and stuff, but I barely entertain him because I just don't look at him like that. I just remember like how he was. I don't know him now, and he was lame in high school. So I hope he not trying to play and act like he was that in high school because bitches used to make fun of him and da-da-da. He was just lame. And I was like, ooh, wait, hold up, bitch, because you said you was gonna fuck, so not too much. Y'all, I was getting slick offended. Like, not you talking about my motherfucking man. But I was like, damn. I was kind of happy to hear that because, you know, I don't know. It was just like calming me down knowing that she didn't want him for real. Girl, don't be like me. So, and it's crazy because he told me that type of stuff too. But I'm like, oh, dang, like, I don't know, but I just know what I see. And she was like, well, because another thing she was saying throughout, like, the whole phone conversation was, girl, you don't got to worry about me. You don't got to worry about me. Trust me, you don't got to worry about me. Girl, don't nobody want him. He lame. We had a, like, high school thing. He used to love me in high school. He would call me his baby mama and I call him baby daddy and da-da-da. Which is shit. She was kind of telling me a lot of shit that I already knew. But I'm acting like it's new information, you know? Because I don't know, I feel like you just can't give the enemy everything. Bitch, you the enemy. I'm just trying to pull you in. Like, you know, that's how I was thinking at the time. So yeah, I was like, you know, I just had to call and let you know because I feel like the conversation was going to another level. I thought y'all was about to take it to another level because it looked like y'all be talking a lot and for a while and it got sexual in the messages and da-da-da. And she was like, girl, hell no. And he even sent me, girl, telling me like I didn't see it, girl. I'm the one that took out the screenshot. Oh, and I told her I was the one that took out the screenshot. She was like, I was like, what the fuck? Because I know this nigga not trying to blast me because I didn't send him shit. If anything, he gonna blast himself with that little ass meat pictures he's sending. And I was like, girl, she was like, girl, I don't know how you with him because that shit little as fucking da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, girl, not too fucking much. Oh my man. That's how I was feeling on the inside. On the outside, I was like, it is, ain't it? It's little small, the size of my pinky, girl. You don't want none of that. You know, it's not even good. You don't want none of that. On the inside, I'm like, bitch, yeah. You ain't getting none of that. That's mine. That's me. Delusional. Oh God, I'm sorry. Cause I was going in on him. I'm sorry. Like, I was trying to make him just seem like the most unappealing thing I'm like, yeah, his hairline receding too. You didn't even see that shit, did you? That shit receding. Oh God. Oh God, that shit crazy. That shit crazy because I was going in on him whole time in my heart. I'm like, I love this man and I'm gonna do anything to turn every bitch off. I don't give a fuck. Shit. Y'all know the crazy part is like, we ended up staying on the phone for so long, like so long, to the point where Dre even came home mid our conversation, so I had to put her on hold and mute for like the longest, and she actually stayed on the phone. And it's crazy because the more that we talked and the more that I got to know her and the more tea she spilled about him, I was feeling like fuck him. And I kind of like this girl. Like, she very, very cool. I went from like, yeah, keep your enemy close. I still had that mindset, excuse me, but I'm like, she kind of cool though. Like, I don't know. Cause she was like, I would have never been messaging him if I knew that he had a girlfriend and he ain't never mentioned it. I mean, he didn't deny you, but he didn't mention you either. When she said that, I had a flashback to the same thing that his neighbor said, the girl that he was sleeping with that he used to live by. I'm like, she said the same thing. So I'm like, okay. So he don't hate me. There's hope for this. Just tell people that you have a girlfriend and it's fine. They'll back off. I don't know. Y'all was delusional. Anything. Anyway, we stayed on the phone for so damn long, right? So yeah, he ended up coming home. Mind you, before he got home, we was on the phone for like a cool 3 hours, like close to it. We stayed on the phone for so long. So he came home, I put her on hold, whatever, and I warmed up my baby bottle, and I'm like, can you feed? Like, it was hard to even speak to him. Because at this point, I don't think he had gotten on Snapchat yet, because I know when he figured some shit out, like his whole mood switch. And he just said, like, he don't even hold shit in. He just said, it depending on what it is. So yeah, I'm like, can you feed Nyla? And he was like, yeah, whatever. So I gave him the bottle and he stayed up in the room. I'm like, I'm about to step outside. I'm about to go in the car. I said, I'm about to go outside. And he was like, where you going? I'm like, I'm just about to sit in the car. I'm on the phone. Who you talking to? My friend. Ooh, he would have gagged if he knew I was on the phone with Alyssa. So, yeah, me and Alyssa just talking more and more and more. And she telling me about her. She was like, girl, yeah. And I don't want that. Like, you see my niggas? You see my niggas? And then she started like sending me shit. And I'm like, they kind of fine. I ain't finna lie, they kind of fine. So at that point, she was like, girl, yeah, fuck him. You don't deserve that. Like, everything. Because I had told her like a lot of stories, but I didn't go into full detail. I just like kind of summed up the stories because you're not finna have details on me, bitch. That's what I was thinking. So she was like, bitch, you don't deserve that. You're beautiful. He's a bum. He's lame and da-da-da-da-da. If he treating you like that, he's a lame. And look at him like, you see, I know bitches is not responding and da-da-da-da. Niggas be talking to themselves in DMs because I know if he talking to his stuff in my DM, he talking to his stuff in them other bitches' DMs. Da-da-da-da. Just going in and I'm like, bitch, you ain't wrong. Like, honestly, with him, I feel like he would have a better chance in person. Like, and then you got to see in person because he cannot take pictures. Like, I wouldn't bite either. I don't think, nigga, get your ass on. The fuck? Looking ass. Especially back then, because I feel like he looked better back then. But yeah, when I said we was on the phone all night, I don't know how we got off the phone, but I'm like, it's time, bitch. It's time for me to go check on my baby. Mind you, I was in and out the house checking on her, but I'm like, if I stay out here any longer, he gonna think I'm on the phone with a dude. Which, why did I care? Literally, why did I care? But I'm like, yeah, he gonna think something is up. So I gotta go. And then another thing, he kept coming out talking about he need the keys because he trying to go get some food. Mind you, at this point, it's about to be 10 o'clock at night. And he was trying to get to the taco place that we used to go to before the taco place closed. And I think it closed at like 11. It stayed open early. I mean, it stayed open late. What the fuck am I talking about? So yeah, I'm like, all right, girl, well, I'm gonna call you back and da-da-da-da, whatever. And she was like, all right, hit me on the snap, text me, I'm gonna text you, whatever. So we started texting when we got off the phone. I mean, we was like, bitch, I don't know. I'm like, thank God she a girl's girl, because I really thought this was finna go left based on how she act on social media. But she was actually real cool. So I'm like, I just cannot hold this in. I just keep going through this, the screenshots of the Snapchat that I took, and I could not hold that shit in. So I'm like, you sending your little meat around. What you sending your little meat around for? Like, I feel like that's how all arguments would start off. Not all of them. Most arguments would start off like real calm. I waited till he ate. I waited till we both ate and we was full, on a full stomach, energized and ready to argue. I did that. So at least you wouldn't be losing your appetite. You already good and full. So that fool went berserk. No, he denied it. He denied it at first. And I'm like, I seen it on your Snapchat.
How did you get into my Snapchat, bro? How? You always invading my fucking privacy. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit.
I be like, I don't give a fuck. Why you sending that little package around? Why you sending it around? You ain't getting no response. He was like, I don't give a fuck about no response. I don't give a fuck. I ain't sent shit. I don't give a fuck. Where's that then? Where's that? So I'm like, look, pull up your Snapchat. Pull up your messages with Alyssa. Let's see it.
I'm not pulling up shit.
Oh, you want me to pull it up?
You don't got shit. You don't got shit. I'm locking you out and I'm changing my password. Always invading my fucking privacy. I'm sick of this shit. I'm fucking sick of this shit, bitch.
So I'm like, whole time he yelling, I'm just like, mind you, my finger, I'm doing exactly this. My finger is pointing to that little meat pie, that little meat patty. So I'm like, he like, man, fuck you, I hate you, da just going off because, and honestly, he was lashing out, but you could tell that he was embarrassed. Like, I don't know, I just seen it all over his face, his actions, the way that he was moving, it gave embarrassed. He was like, you always gotta ruin some shit. I just had a good ass trip in Vegas. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I blocked all them bitches. I deleted them and everything. All them hoes that you contacted on Snapchat. All of them. And he was like,
I'm so fucking tired of you. You fucking up my business. You fucking up. I could have made business moves. You don't know what I got they Snapchats for. You don't know I'm trying to network.
I'm making business moves. I'm like, so you don't know no menses? You trying to handle business, but you don't know no menses to handle the business with? Nah, you trying to fuck some. So he was like,
well, what the fuck I look like networking with a bunch of niggas?
A businessman? I'm sorry.
What the fuck I look like networking with a bunch of niggas?
A man? A man? Yeah, I would just be like, you are stupid as fuck. So we getting into it real bad. Oh, y'all, and you know what? When I mentioned the girls in Vegas on his Snap, and he was like, and I was like, pull up your Snap. Forgetting I deleted it. For a second, I forgot. And then I had to mention that later, like, yeah, because I blocked all them. He was like,
nah, you making shit up now with your crazy ass. You just fucking making shit up. I ain't had no bitches in Vegas. I ain't get nobody Snap.
Then he admitted to it later on. But yeah, so yeah, he was trying to gaslight me. So I'm like, oh, he want to say that I'm making stuff up? You want to call me crazy? So then I'm going to get crazy and I'm going to make stuff up. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm on your Instagram too. I'm on your Instagram too. And I see you messaging Alyssa there too. And I see you messaging, I said another girl name. I'm not going to give her a fake name. Red pencil sharpener. I see you messaging red pencil sharpener too. And and I blocked them hoes. So you took it upon yourself to unblock them and refollow them. Yeah, you pressed over that pussy, ain't you? You're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. Like, I'm just taunting him. And he was like, bitch, I could get both them bitches. You don't know me. You don't know what I could pull. The whole time I've been on the phone with Alyssa for 7 hours, knowing damn well what she got over you. Boy, it's better over there. So I'm like, yeah, all right. Mind you, he didn't know that me and Alyssa have formed this secret friendship against him for like a long ass time, because me and Alyssa was cool for years. Like, it was one of them internet things. Like, I don't know, I kind of felt like I didn't want to get too close to her because I told her that I was done with him and I wasn't messing with him no more and stuff like that. But the whole time we were still together after this. We were still together for a long ass time after this. And like, I felt like if I went to go visit her, I couldn't face her in person. Like, oh, I would feel so dumb. Like, girl, yeah, you know, we got back together. I felt like we couldn't be real friends. Like, cause you know how my man Meat Petty look. And he made you some promises. Like, you know, and I don't do sister wives. I'm the HBIC around this motherfucker. So I don't share. Yeah. It was so fucking much. It was so much going on. But yeah, we argued all night. He ended up changing his Snapchat password. I ended up getting it back. Fast forward, Alyssa's birthday is coming up. And I'm like, at this point, we still real cool and we talking and stuff. So I remember Dre saying that he was trying to take her to Vegas. And I'm like, yeah, what you doing for your birthday? We texting. She said something like she was sending me bottles of stuff. She was like, yeah, you coming down for my birthday? I'm like, yeah, bitch. I had no intentions of coming down for her birthday. But I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to use the excuse that I couldn't get off for work. But I'm just trying to keep cool with her to keep tabs on her. I feel like I'm doing too many hand gestures. My bad. So she's sending me like bottles of Ciroc and all these different combinations and stuff. She was like, what kind of liquor you like? What you be drinking? I'm like, I drink Crown Green Apple. I sipped on me some tequila, even a little wine, you know, all that. So she was like, hell yeah, we gonna be fucked up, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yeah, well, what you doing? What you actually doing? You staying in the city or you gonna go out of town? I'm like, Vegas looking real nice right now. It's nice and cheap right now. I said something like that. And she was like, what? Where? I would love to go to Vegas. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I got to do it again because the people that I went with the first time, or I went with the wrong people. I said something like that. And she was like, yes, we should go. We should go. I'm just trying to see what she was doing, right? So, fast forward, it's her birthday and I'm keeping tabs on her story. I'm like, oh, I ended up telling her to lie. She was like, oh, damn, you got to come. You still got to come like another time. You got to take off work and make time for me, whatever. So I'm like, okay, that lie worked, but you know, that kind of shit can only work for so long. So I'm like, what you gonna do? You going to Vegas? You still gonna go? Because literally around that time, Dre was trying to go to Vegas. He was planning a trip. So I'm like, she's like, nah, I think I'm staying in the city. I ain't really trying to do too much and da-da-da-da because I don't really got nobody to go with for real. So I'm like, nah, this bitch lying. She fucking lying. She lying. So around that time, he took the trip. And I'm like, what a coincidence. He going on this bitch birthday weekend. What a coincidence. You got me fucked up. You got me so fucked up. He about to go and try to fuck this bitch in MGM Grand. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to try to ruin his trip. So I'm just texting him all kinds of stupid shit like, have fun with them bitches that you going out there with. I know you're trying to fly that bitch out. Fuck you and have fun.
Man, I'm going for business. I'm trying to meet the plug and da-da-da-da. I'm trying to get my shit together. I ain't worried about no bitches. I ain't worried about it.
Lying ass. So I'm like, fuck you, nigga. Whatever, just text him. So I'm trying to watch her story down. Mind you, there was no close friends or nothing at this time. So I'm like, either she blocked me from her story or she not doing shit. So I get on my backup one and I try to lurk. But by the time I actually got on it, it was like maybe 15 minutes had passed because I had to reset the password and all that bullshit, right? So I'm like, this bitch blocked me from her fucking Snap story because now there's a story on her Snapchat. And I'm doing Instagram too. Nothing. She dry. So I'm like, oh, this bitch is somewhere. Where is she at? This look like a hotel room. Do that look like the MGM Grand though? What time do Dre land? What time his flight land? Oh, she could have got there first though. They probably took different flights. Like my mind is racing. So I log out of that. No, I actually stay on that one because I'm like, in my head, she blocked me from it. But whole time she just wasn't posting. So I'm still, so I'm watching her story down like a hawk. I'm hawking her shit. And I'm trying to watch Dre Instagram story too. And he not posting shit. And I'm like, wow, they really together. I'm about to call him. I'm about to ruin his night. I'm about to ruin his time. So I call him. So you with bitches? I seen the hotel room. You and Alyssa got the hotel. Y'all, I just used to do shit like this. And it's annoying me to think about. Because like, I just used to jump to conclusions, bitch. The way I used to leap off of buildings to conclusions, it was crazy as hell. So he was like,
what the fuck are you talking about? I'm about to send you a picture. I'm sick of you. I'm about to send you a fucking picture right now.
That nigga hung up in my face and he sent me a video of where he was at. So I'm like, that don't prove shit. Fuck you. And I'm going back to watch a list of things. Y'all, you know Snapchat have the filter that put your location. So her shit literally said Atlanta. And I'm like, oh. Well, I ain't wrong because, you know, he was talking about flying her out. So I ain't even wrong about it. I ain't wrong. So when I seen the Atlanta thing, I went from 100 to 1, bitch. I was chill. I was real chill. I'm like, all right, cool. And it's crazy because I'm like, I don't care about no other bitch that he about to talk to in Vegas right now. Because this is the main problem. She is the main problem. And he secretly love her. And as long as I can keep them two apart, like, I'll be content. I'll be cool with that. Why would I think like that? Okay, bonus info. Okay, now, like a few days after he had came back from Vegas, we had one of them long talks because I kept going through his phone. Like, I was very, very insecure, and I felt like he was just doing something. Like, anytime I would see him smile or smirk at his phone, like he could have been watching a football game or a YouTube video. Anytime I seen something that brought him joy that wasn't me, I thought he was talking to another girl. So I was just like all through his phone, going through his stuff and just being crazy, just harassing him. Like, where you at? What you doing? No, you with somebody. You with a girl. You acting funny. You with a bitch. Where you at? Where you at then? Send me a picture. Send me a video. Like, naturally that would get exhausting. So we had a long talk, and he was like, why are you doing this? Like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not messing with nobody, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, you are. You talking to Alyssa. Like, I seen your messages, whatever. We broke all that down. And I was like, were you really gonna fly her out to the MGM Grand? And he was like, man, I would have bought her a plane ticket, but we wasn't staying at no MGM Grand. I would have told that hoe we gonna stay on a strip or something like that. So I'm like, you would have bought her a plane ticket, but you didn't even buy mine. He was like, I'll buy you a plane ticket. I'll buy you a plane ticket. It's just a plane ticket. It's not that serious. It is that serious. Because at that point, we had been together going on 4 years, and you trying to give a bitch off the street everything, and I get dust, red roof ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And mind you, red roof ends ain't the worst. Like, we stayed at some Marriott's, whatever bookings.com had, okay, whatever deal they had. But anyway, yeah, so I was like, well, was you gonna fuck that girl? And he was like, yeah, I would've. And I was like, why? Basically, he was saying because he ain't getting it from me and he tired of the stuff. Like, how can he even want to do anything with me? Which that didn't stop nothing. Like, he was really just trying to make me like I was the problem. But why am I doing all this? Because I'm insecure. Why am I insecure? Because of everything that you're doing in this relationship. And it has something to do with me. I really came to the realization that back then I did not love myself. So I was trying to seek it out from him, I guess. So I was saying stuff like that, like, I'm doing this because of that. So why are you trying to blame me? Whatever. So we just going back and forth, and it got nowhere. All that I took from that conversation was that, yes, he was going to fly her out, and yes, he planned on fucking her. So I'm sitting up there crying my eyes out, and I just remember asking him, why do you want to do that? Why you want to fly her out? Like, what? Basically, it was like what she got that I don't got. I didn't word it like that, but I can't remember exactly what I said, but that was basically what I said. And he was like, man, ain't nothing like that. I was just gonna fly her out, new pussy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but why do you want to fuck her? And he was like, why is anybody attracted to anybody? Just because, like, I'm a man. And he told me, like, he just be wanting to see if he still got it because we have been together so long. Mind you, whole time, you got something. I don't know if it's it, but it's something there. Because, like, you did your neighbor. You did that other girl. I forgot what I called her when she played me. She was like, yeah, girl, you don't got to worry about me. He just hit me up to do his hair. Whole time, she was like, she really did want the D from him. I seen that with my own eyes. I'm just crying my eyes out. And he said something like, man, this ain't nothing to cry about for real. Like, men are put here for this reason. Like, I'm a man. It's my male instinct. Because men are put here to reproduce. And da-da. And I'm just like, what does that have to do? You just want some new Coach Cat. And my little heart couldn't take that. It couldn't take it, so I started crying even harder, y'all. Things got way worse after this. But yeah, that was just a crazy time. It was just like a bunch of crazy shit going on. And I know I'm leaving some stuff out still. Even after saying all of this, I know that I'm leaving some shit out. But yeah, I don't know where to end this. I'm gonna just leave it right here. It's definitely not the end. This was not the end of Alyssa. Can you believe that? Like, I would love to be like, yeah, and he never talked to her again because I scared that bitch off. And we was friends. No, it's not the end of that girl. But yeah, y'all already know the vibes. If you like that video, give it a thumbs up. Leave anything in the comments. Leave a chicken because that's our thing. And make sure you are subscribed. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye. Delusional. So I'm like, stupid ass bitch. When I feel like it's something real bad, I tend to do that. I replay every moment just thinking, like, what could I have done to, like, end this situation early? That's why a lot of the times when we argue, sometimes I'll be like, all right, I'm not gonna press it because I know it can get way worse than it is. And so I'm like, I cut the shit, just cut it out. So yeah, I'm just thinking like, damn, I can't keep doing this. This is so toxic. Like, how we gonna raise, like, how are we supposed to have a family? Because we always talk like, yeah, we're a family now and da-da-da this, and like certain stuff can't go, this gotta work, like we can't be doing this type of shit to each other, blah, blah, blah. Just talking a bunch of bullshit. Like, y'all know that baby boy scene? When the vet was like, you don't mean that shit. You just running your mouth like you always do. Like a whole clown. A whole clown, y'all. Color me Pennywise. Ooh. Why you on the toilet taking meat pics? So you went to the restroom, sat on the toilet, didn't even get your meat